Oh my God, tastes like death. Hey man, I know we're talking about the greatest moment in Black history that happened a couple of days ago. The brawl. We're talking about the man swimming out of the water. We're talking about my man, you know what I'm saying, Black Sandman, you know what I mean, hitting the man with the chair, or the Blexes surrounding them people. But we need to talk about the initiator of it, you know what I'm saying? The security guard that threw his hat in the air to let everybody know that the racists were coming. Shout out to Chris Paul Revere. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you.
Tell him. I probably send your bitch to give me some chicken. If you ain't knowing, love, it's the list.
Who kid, man? Funk Master Flex, you know what I'm saying? Drop a flex bomb for that.
DJ Academics.
No.
You know I'm talking about him right now.
No, not
he's
right now.
He's
No.
literally trying to get sued. He's literally trying to get sued.
I feel like his career kind of tanked really hard when Freddie Gibbs told him he was a Teletubby. I think at that point it was like, how do you come back from something like that? Like, it's just like, all right, man, hang it up. I'm done. Like, I'm out. It's just it's over.
Like, I'm gonna twist your titty. Like, that's crazy. Wow.
Hey,
Jizzle, you were talking about you said a moment in Black history, and that it is. People are actually like going there, like taking pictures. It's a landmark now. Like, that's wild. And you know what's
United.
The crazy thing about it is we got Adam on the show with us, and where's the drop at? Here it is.
It's on! Race war! Race war's on, everybody! It's going down! Shit is going down!
So, hi, Adam. Welcome.
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Hopefully you turn around and just walk the other way. You know what I mean? Like, ooh.
Listen, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it, guys. Listen, I don't know what I was more impressed with, was the chair shot or the accuracy of the hat throw itself, because I feel like it just went right up in the air, like straight up in a straight 90-degree line. And just
Bobby Shmurda tutorials and all that.
I was going to say that. And I knew from my knowledge of early 2010s music videos, it's like, that's a Bobby Shmurda move right there. And I felt like that was completely the right move. But that was those racists had to come in, and they deserved every second of it. I just wish that they had been hit harder. Did you see the photo, the mugshot of that chick's nose?
Oh yeah.
I was like, holy shit, just wrap it up right now. Like, what? Like,
bro.
Like, if there was ever a photo for me of like fuck around and find out, that should be in the dictionary right at the very top. So,
but you see why we say protect Black women as much as we can. Did you see the way they swarmed? But they swarmed. Like, they couldn't wait to get off the boat. First off, my man jumped in the water. Like, we talked about him, but that has to be the scariest sight for a racist person who's been saying, like, yo, man, Black people couldn't even swim. Like, he's swimming at you at a high rate of speed. You know, you should have had the Jaws music behind him. Dun, 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 dun. And then he hopped out the water.
I was gonna say, and he got, like, the best part is he hops out the water and he just starts going for it. I can't do that when I got out of the pool. I need at least like three or 4 minutes to like get the water off me. Dude just got up and just was like, let's do this. Like, let's get it done.
You're a Nagi right off the
rip.
People are making t-shirts, mugs, paintings, artwork. Look at this. This is crazy. Look at my man's coming up out the water. The chair shot, you feel me? Wow.
I love it.
This is nuts, man. Like,
wow. Look at Black Raven. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine getting surrounded by just a slew of angry Black people who've been waiting for this? Like every Black person has had this thought in their mind, like, yo, man, if something went down, I can't wait. And then like to get your dream
Yeah.
Bro, like a murder of black people who want it, like, they don't even know who you are. They just want to hurt you.
It was amazing. I'm literally watching all of this unfold on Twitter. I don't remember. It was the 5th. It was my birthday, by the way. So I was watching it unfold, and I'm like, just as I'm scrolling, I'm like, there are literally hundreds of different views of this video, and I just can't stop watching it. I'm like, this is fucking great. Oh, it's so good. Oh, so good, man.
I love it.
Like you said earlier, I saw the mugshot. Like her nose was like Shock G when he did the Humpty dance.
Oh my God!
Getting busy in a Burger King bathroom would have been better. She would have had a better use of her time doing that, gentlemen.
Telling the chairman, it was like, hey man, you got to turn yourself in, because everything was going good. Like the cops weren't jumping in; they were just like letting them have a free for all, and dude like started hitting the chair on the woman that was down. It was like, all right, bro, this is on camera. We gonna have to at least put it to the side.
He blacked out.
Like, yeah, I blacked out. I don't know what happened. What did I do? Yeah.
It was like,
Jesus Christ. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, people with jobs, people without jobs, middle class, upper class, high class, all that. This is episode 267 of Pro Wrestling's Breakfast Club. I go by the name, Oh My God, Graham. Of course, Benny the Butcher, the son of Mars, is in the building. My light-skinned friend, my brother. How you doing, guy?
Barry great.
Pat on the back.
I'm great. I fell asleep 10 minutes before the show, and I'm not fucked up at all.
There
you go. I'm with that. Trap McAfee. What's going on, Jizzle?
Oh, man. I am drinking, this is gin, actually.
I feel like there's nothing in that cup.
There was the last little drop that went into my mouth, and I'm upset. I might have to go out and get some more. But I am great, you know what I'm saying? We got, you know what I mean? We got a guest, you know what I'm saying? Drinking sparkling ices, you know what I'm saying? Can we drink them too? You feel me? Shout out to Sparkling Ice, you know what I'm saying? Give us a sponsorship. You know what I mean?
You deserve it. You deserve it, guys. This is good shit too. It's the berry lemonade. I got the lemonade pack. It was like, this is fantastic.
Oh, so you was at Sam's Club too, you know what I'm saying? That's what I got.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Listen, that's how we do it here in the Barnard house. That's how we do it.
And if you are listening, if you're not watching live, if you're not checking out the playback of this, that is the voice of my guy, Adam. He is the host of Foundation Radio, Mind of Meanie. How are you? Doing good?
Great,
doing
guys. Well? I'm doing well. I'm recovering from a bout with COVID-19 right now. So I am happy to be with you guys. Gives me something to look forward to instead of being stuck in the house all day. But I'm great, man. I'm great. I love being here with you guys, and I appreciate the invite as always.
Feel better, my friend. Feel better.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
It's still out there, my guy. What do you mean?
It's crazy. Like this time wasn't my fault. The first time was my fault. I'll put it that way. I went to a bar and I shouldn't have gone to a bar, and I come home and I'm like, oh, I really don't feel good. And then I test. I'm like, fuck, I'm sick. And then my wife gets it, and it was bad, right? But this time it was my wife's fault. And at first I was like, because I was just in Detroit for SummerSlam doing media there, and I was like, okay, I'm in a big place with 57,000 people. It's definitely my fault. But now it turns out that it was Courtney's fault. So good news, I'm not in trouble there. But bad news,
all right.
So
all right, penalties offset.
Everything is good. It's just everything's a wash now, right? It's a wash. So no, life is good, guys. I can't complain.
Yeah. Save us, Ray J.
I don't know, man. You think it was in Detroit for SummerSlam?
What's that?
I was talking to Jizzle. I was wondering, if you thought Ray J might have been,
Detroit is was he at SummerSlam? Yo, he should have been. He should have been. What else does he have to do? Like,
sell Raycon earbuds on every podcast from
except us.
To Timbuktu.
Yeah, and my show.
No problem.
Listen,
Come
Ray
on,
J.
William Ray Jr., Norwood
J.
Jr.
Mr. J, if I may, as a pitch and a plea to you, these gentlemen here from the Public Enemies podcast, they deserve to be sponsored by Raycon earbuds. Not just comfortable, but also stylish as well. So you can go ahead and hit them up on Twitter right now, and I'll be happy to take any kind of finder's fee from you, Mr. J. I know that we're swimming in Raycon money. So anything I can do to help these gentlemen out here, I'm here for it. So
are you wearing Raycon earbuds currently?
I am not. I'm actually wearing a doctor from the West Coast. He made these beats, I believe they're called. So I'm not sure. I believe he's a pharmacist, from what I understand. I'm not entirely sure. Did an album called The Chronic.
Oh, senior Dr. Andre MD.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk about your SummerSlam experience. You went out for Detroit this past weekend. You got to see the show. You got to see the city. You got to engulf the culture. How was it for you? Tell us about it, please.
It was wild. It was probably the most. It was probably the craziest 72 hours of my life. It was like so typically they let you know like a week or two in advance before you get like approved for credentials. So I got my email and I'm super hyped because I didn't expect to get in, right? I'm like, okay, like this is whatever. And then I got in. So I got there late on Thursday night into Friday morning. I got about 3 hours of sleep and I get to go to the media junket, which is at one of the hotels that all the guys were staying at. And I got to talk to Finn Balor. I got to talk to Baron Corbin. I got to talk to Alpha Academy. Did a spot with Gunther and Shayna Baszler. The guys from Alpha Academy are amazing, by the way. I mean, everybody was like they were, but the Alpha Academy guys were just like super dope. And then I went to later in the day up there. I explored at downtown Detroit. I was with Haley Miller from Fightful Overbooked, Muscle Man Malcolm, and then Sir Wilkins from the Jobber Tears podcast. The four of us spent most of the day together. Shout out to all four of them, or all three of them, by the way. They're all amazing. And so we went and ate at Eminem's spaghetti shop over at right next to Ford Field, which is called Mom's Spaghetti. And everybody was complaining. They were like, not us, but everybody was like, oh, it's like what you could make at home. And I'm like, well, isn't that kind of the point if it's called Mom's Spaghetti? Like, isn't that the point of but I digress. I'm like, okay. So.
Yo, I don't want to cut you off. One question. Was anybody throwing up the spaghetti? That's just, okay. No one
was throwing it up, but what they did have on the inside of the store was just a repeating loop of him saying "Mom's Spaghetti" over and over and over. No, I'm just kidding. No vomiting, no vomiting anywhere. No, they were actually playing like really great music, like "Ain't Nobody" by Shaka Khan came on, and it's one of my most viewed reels from the weekend. So it was pretty amazing. I'll send it to you guys. No, but it was like I said, Detroit was beautiful. Like it was a really cool place to kind of explore, take a look at, and then excuse me. So then the next day I get to Ford Field to get, to go and see SummerSlam. And being in the press box, like you're up like super high above the stadium, like you're up like way above the nosebleeds. And it's kind of surreal for a minute as you watch people like start to pile in and you see like just this mass of people, right? There's 59,000 people in the stadium. And getting to watch the show kind of from like the back end was really cool. The pyro was insanely loud, like way louder than you could possibly imagine. Being up because you're up that high, so it's like pretty much right in front of you on like the opposite side. No, it was wild, man. It was very cool. The only thing that I didn't like was the Uber situation after the show, but it was a shit show for everybody. So next time I'm going to rent a car. If I go to Survivor Series, I know what not to do next time. But no, like it was an honor to be there. Shout out to the press team at WWE. And everybody who was a part of that at Ford Field. Like they were so accommodating and so great. It was a really great time.
That's awesome. Biggest show of the summer with the AB that we only trust, the only AB that we trust in this world. I mean, I hope y'all talk to him. Shout out to, So was Gunther bumping T Grizzly? Because the way he be hitting people, it sounds like he be listening to Detroit drill music.
I would imagine that's probably what it was. Like when I walked up, I think I don't know if it was Detroit specifically, but I did overhear some Pop Smoke in his headphones. So I was like, all right, this guy he's serious about his music. Now he was super cool, man. Like he's like him and Baron Corbin. Like you can see them on TV, but like they're so much taller than you would imagine. Like I just like the discrepancy. Like you see the photo of me and Corbin, it's just like Laurel and Hardy, you know what I mean? It's just this massive man, and shout out to Baron Corbin too. He's actually he hung around in the same town I did here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. He was friends with like Ryan Dunn and Bam Margera and all those guys. And we were in the same circle for a while. I'm pretty sure we crossed paths at one point, but we never we just don't remember each other. So super great guy. Everybody was super cool, but Gunther was he was serious. Like he was very serious in the press interviews. Like he was fully in character, I feel like. So no, it was cool, man. It was a cool time.
That's hella dope. I mean, if you can murder somebody with a chop, then you would think that, you know what I mean? Oh, what you gonna say to me, dog? Yeah, I'm listening to Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't want to step out of line because I knew those hands. His hands were like fucking meat claws. You know, they were huge. And I'm like, all right, I'm not playing this game. I'm not doing this. It's massive fucking hands.
Kawhi, Gunther, Leonard. That's what I'm talking about.
Gotta add 500 more days onto that reign. Just for the Pop Smoke. Yeah, just add some more time on it just cause.
Well, he's gonna beat the fucking Honky Tonk Man's record in a couple of days anyway. It's gonna be 30 days, I think, which, like, can we be honest about something for a second, if I can, gentlemen?
Shoot.
Imagine having a championship as prestigious as the Intercontinental title. And think about all the names that have held this belt over the course of the years, right? Like from Pat Patterson to Owen Hart to, the British Bulldog, like just all of these, Sami Zayn, all of these amazing sports entertainers and professional wrestlers. And then you look at the stats and you realize that the person who's held that title the longest is the fucking Honky Tonk Man.
Bro.
Like, please be serious for more than 5 minutes right now. Is this a joke? This is a joke, right?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember when Cody Rhodes brought back the white belt and he had it for like a super long time. I was like, he's definitely broken the record. And then I look it up and I'm like, he hasn't even touched that shit yet. He's not even halfway there. And then you look at everybody else who's held it and had like these memorable reigns, like these cool reigns, like The Miz and like Chris Jericho's held it like 20 times or some shit like that. And like, you're like, oh, none of them have touched it. And it's like, this record has been sitting there for like, 40 years?
Yeah.
Something insane. Like at least since the mid to late 80s, this guy has held that. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
What was it? SummerSlam 88 when he lost it? Like,
I think so. Like, it was Warrior, wasn't it?
89, it wasn't wrestling. Yeah, it was SummerSlam 88. I think he lost it. Yeah, because because it was either SummerSlam 88 or WrestleMania 89. But yeah, he lost it. Then it was like so anticlimactic when he lost it. See, I knew I was right. Shout out to Vaughn. Vaughn got me.
Oh, it was 88. Okay, yep.
It was.
Yeah, but I was literally 7.5 days old like when it happened. Like it was just like, Gunther is just like especially when they were talking about the Intercontinental Championship so bad for the last couple of years. It was like, oh my god, they changed the design. Like, oh my god, who gives a fuck? And then like Gunther comes over here like, listen, dog, I'm taking this belt, and whoever wants it is gonna have to die for it.
Pretty much.
Guess ain't nobody want to die yet, so it's all good.
And like I've seen him do other interviews where they're talking about, what do you think about the belt design? Do you want to go back to the old white belt? He's like, bro, this is my belt. Like I love it. He's like, this is mine. And I said it like before. I'm like, when people look back over the years, because you look at certain belts, like I look at the World Heavyweight Championship when WWE brought it in. I see that as Batista's title. The spinner belt, like for John Cena, obviously that's his title. But you see certain belts and you associate them with certain wrestlers. This is just going to be Gunther's belt. Like, I don't care who holds it after him. If someone has multiple reigns with that belt right there that he's holding, that's Gunther's title.
For sure. Nobody, who else? I mean, you figure since that belt was released, you figure it's Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman. Who else? Ricochet. Big E had it. Big E, Ricochet, and then Gunther, right? So,
Apollo.
Honestly, I would say, Apollo. Yeah, Apollo Crews. You're right. Yeah, I mean, when I think about this design, I feel like it's Gunther's. Like I can't imagine it would be anybody else's at this point. But no, I mean, people get hyper fixated on that stuff though, about the designs of the belts, and you know what I mean. Like it's like, oh well, it's not the original. It's not the Warriors belt. It's like, come on, guys. Like shit's got to evolve. Shit's got to innovate. Shit's got to go from there. Is it goofy? Yeah, it's a little goofy, but like Gunther's making it work. So I don't know.
But what about that Circle 1998 purple joint that they had that they gave to The Rock?
Listen, not all of them. Not all of them, Mr. McAfee. Not all of them are hits. Okay, we do have a couple of turds here in the punch bowl.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They put the black joint on there, and I was like, all right, cool. Yo, shout out to SummerSlam.
Let's you want to talk about like some of our favorite moments?
We're all over the place, y'all.
That's funny.
Yeah, Blue's Clues is a fucking banger.
Adam, why don't we start with you, brother? What was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment of the night.
Yeah.
I'd have to say, I mean, as much as I love the blessed Pastor Cody Rhodes, I would say my favorite moment of the night was probably Io Sky's cash-in. I thought that was a surprise. I thought it was well executed, and I thought that they played it off really well. And I just thought it was a great, SummerSlam moment. So I would say out of everything that happened in the night, I thought that was my favorite moment there.
Talk to us.
All right, and let's shoot it to the Twitter for what was your favorite moment of this year's SummerSlam.
Also, guys,
All
thanks for not calling it X, by the way. I appreciate you guys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Like,
We're not doing that. There's one. Listen, guys. There's a handful of X's that we acknowledge. One of them being DMX. The other is not. We're not doing this. We're not doing this X shit. Sorry.
Yo, Elon didn't make sure he was started something, so that's why.
Yo. All right, man. Let's kick it off with Eric at Mr. Mom 76. For me, it has to be the celebration after Io's cash and seeing Bailey and Dakota celebrating with her was awesome. Yeah, like seeing like them have that moment together, really good, really heartwarming. Shout out to Terry at YoungBlack_man. It's definitely got to be Brock showing mad love to Cody Rhodes after the match. If somebody beat the threads out of my gear, I would shake their hand and hug them too. Oh yeah, man. He beat his ass so bad. His shorts were falling apart. I was like, yo.
Turn into a bra and panties match.
Yeah.
Yo.
Look like my son's Crocs, I'm saying, on the fifth.
Bro, you got to put him in sport mode.
Hey,
Shout out to Amante. Amante says, best moment of the night. Come on, man. He said, when I got Wingstop and a Sprite to wash it all down. Come on, man.
Come on. Let's be serious.
Show Amante.
It's about as serious as the Honky Tonk Man's title reign. Come on.
Yo, shout out to @leak_XO. Jay having the whole crowd jumping. Oh, that was a really cool moment. That's probably one of my favorite shots that I've seen in wrestling in a while. Is like him getting like into it with the crowd and like having them like go up for him. Like that was crazy.
I can tell you if you won't mind me jumping in for a second. I was actually down in the crowd, like right on the floor as Jay was coming in. I had my film camera with me. I take my film camera with me everywhere. And I got a really cool shot of him coming out of the entranceway. And as he's making his way into the crowd, the place is just electric for him, right? And watching him get up on the ropes and watching, like it's hard to do it justice while he's there, but place was going crazy for him it was just like you could feel the energy in the room for him, and it was just such a cool moment for main event. I thought it was great.
It was definitely something to remember. Shout out to max amount of DDs. They said the women's triple threat, Bianca's heel turn about to be sweet, and Io gonna be a great champ. Yeah, what you said. Shout out to Latrell, Gunther, and Drew. Jamie says Brock going off script and shaking Cody Rhodes' hand after the match. Shout out to @overly colorful. They said cash in. Shout out to Stream the Vote. They be like they be going up for us all the time. LA Knights win literally felt like he won the Royal Rumble and not some lame Slim Jim Battle Royal. Yeah, that was definitely a moment for me. Shout out to Duffy. Io Sky cashing in. Never screamed so loud. Let's end it out with Kid 0S0. They said, you already know. Io Sky.
God, I was so happy for her, man. I was so happy for her. Like, especially not a year to the day, but a year to the event, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
from last year, especially when everybody's been talking all this shit like, oh my God. What is that the control man doing? Oh the heavens, everybody get the bell. Oh, how come they haven't even doing anything? Oh, maybe Io should just leave. Oh, maybe you guys should just shut the fuck up. God damn, man. I'm just happy because I remember her run as the NXT Women's Champion over there, man. She had one of the best ones over there too. Mm-hmm. So how can you not give her the ball? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think it opens up the floor for a lot of people too. Again, it's I talked about this on the episode of Foundation Radio, which will be out tomorrow. It's a special episode about SummerSlam. But we talked about it, and it feels like with the Bloodline, because it's so pervasive and expansive, right? There's a lot of guys who feel like their stories or their trajectories are kind of stuck in neutral right now. I know everybody has this thing about Karrion Kross and whether he's good and whether he isn't. I feel like the guy could be top guy material, right? That's just me. But I thought it was interesting that Cody Rhodes mentioned him by name at the press conference. Muscle Man Malcolm asked who he would like to be in a dog collar match with. And his answer was Karrion Kross. And I was like, that's interesting that he would say that. I'm always kind of looking for the next thing with people, right? So I thought that was fascinating that he picked him specifically. And I feel again, once that story comes to its natural conclusion, maybe that's in 7 years after he beats Bruno record. But once that's done, then I think a lot of the guys are going to start moving to the next step. What I'll say is with Io, I feel like Io now allows that to happen for the women's division as far as with the title. I feel like there's going to be a lot of really great opportunities for her to open up avenues for other women who may have felt kind of stuck in second gear in some ways. But I'm also excited to see where the rivalries go. Obviously, I want to see her have a face-off with Asuka in a serious way for the belt. I think that would be dope. But I feel like that win right now is going to really open up the lanes for a lot of people.
I agree with that. Do you guys have any favorite moments that you guys want to mention?
Let me see. Yeah, Cody getting his hand raised by Brock Lesnar, he's just looking confused at him, what are we doing? Because apparently they said that was him going off script or something like that, and it just furthers my point that this man loves Cody Rhodes, man. He loves Cody. When he was selling for him, back a few months ago, I know he said it and everything like that, and he'll sell for you. But this just solidifies it, man. Yeah. Him putting Cody over, he didn't have to do that. No one told him to do that. That was just him going off and being this is the guy.
See,
hey, bro, I think it was when Finn Balor was giving Damian Priest the look that Otis gave David Ruffin when he showed up late. He was bro, he slid his little thing and he was I'm losing you. You know what I mean? It was so just the way he looked, and then all of a sudden just to be friends later anyway. Oh my god, yeah. But I know I cost you the match and whatever, but you saying that was your fault. You were just too slow. Maybe the demon would have made it work.
Probably.
That is hilarious. For me, I'm gonna go with the Bianca knee spot. She sold me a ticket. Oh my God, no, not Bianca. No.
Yo,
and man, when she came back and did the 450 and just the whole, geez, that was dope.
Bro, let me tell me why I'm watching this, and I'm watching with my wife, and she's like, Bianca's seriously hurt, and I'm like, nah, she's selling that shit. And then I'm like, wait, is she? I'm like, is she really injured?
Yeah.
And then when they were kind of standing at the ramp for a little while longer, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, I was like, yeah, she probably was gonna come back down, but they didn't really have me on the edge of my seat. I was like, but is she though? I'm like, maybe they're just walking back slow because they don't want to mess her leg up anymore. But I was like, yeah. Definitely have me in the palm of my hand.
Prime Bret Hart.
Yeah, I can tell you, everybody in the press box, we all just as it happened, we all went, "Oh shit!" Does anybody know? Is it we're all how can we figure this out, right? As soon as I saw all those people running down the aisleway, though, nobody threw the X up. I was like, all right, wait I think we've been played here. But no, she sold the shit out of that knee injury.
I'd have been in the press box.
Tony Khan will pay for his crimes.
Yo, would have been in the press box. I'd have been yo, man, where is Sean Ross at? I need answers.
Right, man.
He was there. I was kind of I was looking for him or Houseman. I was like, which one of you guys is going to have the answer faster than any one of us? Because I needed to know. I'm on Twitter. I'm like trying to refresh. It was wild.
Sean said, "Calm down. I'm teaming with MJF right now."
I want to know which one of those guys would have the answer to our news bit for Small Package News. Kairi Sane reportedly might be on her way back to WWE. She held a press conference and said that at the end of September, she would be taking a hiatus, and the next step would be a journey that she had not long so hard about. So that was a very interesting thing to see over the weekend. And even more interesting was people's responses to it, because people had a fucking fit that Kairi Sane would even think to go back to the WWE. What?
Nah, bro, this seems like a layup. She was like, Nia Jax over there? Nah, all right, I'm headed back, bro. You back?
I'm on the way. On the way.
Say less.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, here I am. You know what I'm saying? The other saying Bloodline. Yo, I am so Kyrie, people act like Kyrie ain't dope, man. I love Kyrie Sane. That's my favorite pirate ever. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's one of those. It's one of those situations. Like, yo, man, you were over there, and then when she left, they were like, yeah, they didn't treat you right in the first place, and now it's like, well, why are you going back? It's like, because I like money, motherfucker. Yeah. Like, bro, what are you talking about?
And my friends are here.
And also, you were fucking wrong. They treated me great. Have you seen catering? Have you got to travel the world? What? I love these people. They love me. What are you talking about? You don't even know us. You don't even know us.
Bro, we eating salmon every night, bro. What are you talking about?
Bro,
I gotta get a plate of the catering.
But the sick thing is that the same thing that you're getting mad at me about is the same thing that you praise Adam Cole for going over there to AEW for. So you're gonna get mad at me for going back to with my friends and the people that I know, and then you get a whole bunch of money to do it. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
How was the food in the press box?
It was unbelievable. I was actually going to mention that. It was crazy good. Like, I go up there, they have a whole spread of like really fancy, nice like burgers, right? And I'm not talking about like McDonald's type of shit. They had like brioche buns. They had like gluten-free buns. They had like the top shelf everything. They had like grilled chicken with all kinds of like crazy sides. I was like, so this is what they're talking about with the WWE catering. Like they don't spare any expense. And I'm like, all right, so you know me, I'm from Philly. We're going to load up our plate. All right, we're going to fucking take 3 cheeseburgers. We're going to take like 3 or 4 chicken pieces here. Cause we got to sustain over the course of the night. Right.
Ain't nobody bring no fall up there. Ain't nobody bring no fall.
They wouldn't let me bring it in. I'm like, all right, we're going to take a goodie bag here. You know, I'm stuffing it in. I'm like, I got to stay up tonight to get to my plane. Like, Papa needs to eat, you know. So it was
to put it in your purse.
That's that's the thing is they had C4 too everywhere. The energy drinks, they had that collaboration. Yeah. It was like, I mean, it's like luckily I can't taste anything right now because of the COVID, but it was okay. It was okay. Like it was.
It was sick before you came on here.
You can't sell Prime no more. You know what I'm saying? Because that's saying that Prime got that heroin in it, so you can't drink that no more.
It's got that.
The next one.
It's got whatever they put. It's like you get 5G drinking that stuff. You're like, oh, this is great. Like I'm alive now. No, my kids love that shit. Have you guys had Prime before?
I just had Prime this weekend at Legoland. It was great.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but I've also drank
at it.
Yeah. No, it's but they had the cans everywhere. I felt like it was almost felt like a drug deal at some point. Like it was like everybody just hustling all over the place. And I'm like, all right, guys, that's enough. No, but the catering was incredible. I highly recommend it. And I hope this time in November, I see you guys there at the show. I hope you guys come by.
Stop playing.
That would be dope, man.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Not to switch gears, but I just heard that AEW Full Gear was supposed to be at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles in November a week before. Yeah. So it's like, ooh, so it's like, do I, should I, could I, would I? You know what I'm saying? I save her. She want to be saved. I don't save. No hope.
Hook, send us tickets.
Yeah, for sure.
Get the jet ready, Elon.
Man, let's switch gears to AEW, man. Let's go ahead and switch gears to AEW because not only do they have a full gear, supposedly, maybe, possibly at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles. I don't know. I'm not Sean Ross Sapp, man. Go ahead, run it up over there. Fight for Select. Also, go ahead and hit up Public Enemy's Patreon. Run that up. We're over there. There's some shit over there. You might want to go check it out. Open the box. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about it is what it is. But All Elite Wrestling is going to be, of course, at Wembley Stadium, August 27th, I believe. And according to WrestleTix, they are blowing the doors off of the European quote-unquote SummerSlam 92 record with, at this moment, just above 79,300 tickets sold.
Wow.
That is nuts. The majority of which without a single match announced. So they were really raking in the chicken, you know what I'm saying, and bringing those fans in and getting them in the doors. And now with matches announced, I mean, 80K is right around the corner. What are we going to do? 80, 83, 84, 85? We got 2 weeks.
Wembley?
Man.
Dog.
Adam, put a number on it.
Me?
Put a number on it.
I'd say 83.
83?
I'm going to say 83. I think they could get that too. I think because again, right? I'm looking at the card right now. You have 4 matches that are really announced right now, right? Arguably the biggest one is the MJF Adam Cole match. There's still plenty of time to get additional, and it's not that any of these guys couldn't draw on their own because obviously they've all drawn by themselves, right? But I think there's definitely still time for them to get additional tickets sold. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them do an 83, especially if they pull something crazy out of the hat, right? Like what if Will Ospreay shows up? What if he ends up in a match there, right? How much could that pull? How many additional tickets could be sold just on that name alone? So yeah, I would say probably 83.
Facts. And like you see, like you have a lot of heavy hitters that aren't even on that card yet. Like CM Punk hasn't had a match that's announced for that card yet. I think 83 is definitely attainable. And like I've seen people like being like, oh well, it's not going to be that good, or it's a shit show, or whatever they're doing over there. I'm like, bro, this is going to be a movie. Like this is going to be insane. 83,000 people. Like I don't think y'all know to comprehend how many people that is. That's a lot of fucking people, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I got him 85.
Oh, okay. Just I was finna ask.
I got him 85. I got him 85, and then like if you got 85,000 people at one motherfucking place, then if the show is 7 hours, then goddamn it, there's 7 hours, goddamn it, because we got 85,000 people here. Like I bet you they're calling all this. Go to like a DJ Khaled album, nigga. We're gonna call all the people that we can get over here. Let's go get the TNA folks up here. Hey, you want to defend the belt? You want to have an Ultimate X match in this bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like
let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? We don't be cutting no matches like the mother niggas over there. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna add some matches over here. You know what I mean? So I mean, why not? 80. I got him doing 85. Blood. Why not? And Serena Williams gonna be there.
Okay. I'm gonna go with 84. I'm gonna go with 84. 7. I'm gonna go with 84 750. Yeah.
Bullshit. I knew it was gonna be some bullshit.
Yeah.
This is how Smart Guy won that car on that episode when had to shit how many jelly beans in that thing.
Nah, man, it's like motherfucker on The Price is Right to be bidding like $1 extra than the last person.
Just gonna say that. Grabs it here.
Hey, bro. Hey,
this whole thing. Yeah.
That's the name of the game. You feel me with me? You know what I'm saying? Let's get real Pacific in this bitch. You feel me? Let's get real Pacific. You know what I'm talking about? Really though. And not really. Let's get a little specific on the card for real. You mentioned Adam Cole, MJF, AEW World Heavyweight Championship is on the line at Wembley Stadium, August 27th. They've been doing this whole best friends thing. What's bruh name that was doing the Festival of Friendship with WWE? Jimmy Jacobs. helping him write that shit. He's definitely helping him do this shit over there with them skits and all that stuff behind the scenes.
Stand back, guys.
Jesus, he's really though. You know what I'm talking about? What do we think about this build as it is? You know what I'm talking about, Adam? And where do you think it's gonna go from here? Do you think somebody's gonna turn on the other? You know, what are you seeing here?
I mean, I've been enjoying it so far because I was a fan of the Festival of Friendship. I see the parallels to the story. I think if anything, it feels like the real common theme will just be that MJF eventually will do the turn. It feels like that's going to be the move. I don't necessarily know if I could see Adam Cole making the turn at this point. I think MJF's going to retain. I don't think Adam Cole is going to get the win here. I think MJF is the guy right now to hold the title, especially because I think now that Punk is back in the scene. And I feel like that's where they're building to as well, right? With the X on the title and everything else. Like, I never lost. I always thought that was the story that was going to happen initially. You know, I always thought that was going to be like the big build before the brawl that happened was going to be Punk and MJF. And I still think that's going to be an incredible story. So I could see this being a really solid match, though. I'm a big fan of Adam Cole, and I think he's long overdue for this title shot, or any big belt as it is. But I don't see him going over at this one. I think MJF's going to pull it off.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but as far as like a turn goes, like I think they've both kind of like planted seeds that they're both can turn on each other at any moment. I don't think it'll be one. I think it'll just be both of them turning on each other at the exact same time. Like that would be a way for it to go, because tonight, you know, we see kind of like some more cracks in the foundation, like when the segment that they had where Adam Cole is talking to MJF, and he's like, you know what? We should get some tag team gold. We should go after the Ring of Honor tag team titles. And MJF is like, you know, I don't really want to do that. Adam Cole talks him into it. And then we have Roderick Strong come out there, and he's just like crying. Like, this man has like tears in his eyes. Like, whoever said that Roderick Strong wasn't good on the mic, or he was like boring or whatever, one-dimensional, y'all some liars, man, because this man came out there with like tears in his voice. He was like, come on, man, like, I'm your friend, bro, and you gonna trade me up for him? And like when MJF started going in on him and he's like, you're a bland bitch, my heart went out to Roderick Strong when his voice started breaking. He was like, I'm not a bland bitch. Like, I was like, yo, get this guy, get him something, man, because like
right now.
He was cooking. Didn't he say something about Hulk Hogan snorting him too, if he was any whiter?
Oh shit! Whoa, my goodness, MJF is so. I think the best part about this MJF Adam Cole thing is just like the way the title match came about is just the total opposite way of how title matches for big shows come about. Just like, yo man, you're my friend. We should just go out there and compete. And then like it's just kind of like when you're waiting for the heel turn, it just kind of makes it like Black Mirror. You know what I mean? Like who's going to be the real heel? Like, is Adam Cole going to be the real heel? Like maybe MJF is trying to be a good guy and turn his life around and get some bitches or something.
You're not lying, because like I've seen like the little, like the people are saying like, oh yeah, when he patted MJF on the back last week when they hugged, he like patted him on the back some sort of way, and that he did Roderick Strong when they were in NXT right before he turned on him. So people are putting together the clues and putting together the pieces. That's why I said I feel like it could be either one, especially tonight with Adam Cole like pushing MJF and it's like, yo man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, yo, he's my friend too. And this like dark look that came over MJF's face where he's like, bro, who are you touching like that? Who are you putting your hands on right now? Do you not know who the fuck I am? Like that sort of look that he gave him, like that's why I said I think it could be either one. I could really see them turning on each other at the same time.
Bobby Fish is going to ruin this somehow. I know he is.
No, don't let him in. Don't let him into the.
He's just going to
appear to hold him off if he's trying to enter the country for that match. It's like, nah, hold him off.
Hey, y'all, remember me? Nuts like this.
Coming in with that villainous mustache, he's twirling it as he stands there.
Yeah, I told you Adam Cole should have been undisputed ever.
That Maxwell Friedman will never get one here.
Yo, what did you guys think of the segment that they had before, like before they did all this? Like the I think it was when they were at the trampoline park, or whatever.
Yo, man, shout out to hurting kids, man. Like sometimes you gotta get them out the way, man. Sometimes these little man is bad, man. Ain't nothing like teamwork when you get together with your partner just to terrorize some people.
Bro, I can't get enough of these segments. I have not gotten tired of a single one yet. It's just Adam Cole getting MJF to do like the most like nerdy shit in the world, and then MJF like secretly loves it, and he's like, he doesn't want to admit that he likes it. Like when they're in there like attacking the kids, like you see him rubbing off on like Adam Cole rubbing off on MJF and vice versa. When the little girl comes up to him, she's like, "What the fuck are you two doing here? You guys are grown ass men in a trampoline park. You're two fucking nerds." And he's like, "You know what? Hit her with the dodgeball too, bro." Like, I love shit like that.
Shut up, kid. What's wrong with you?
What's your parents?
Where your daddy at? So I can hit him with the ball too.
Him too. Yeah.
Tell your mom I like her.
Man. This is why I don't want them to break up. I'm like, I know it's coming, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want it to end just for stuff like this. Let's see what else happened on the show that was important.
The Bucks put the Hardys to bed. You know what I'm saying? Turned them into cannabis, and then they got challenged by FTR.
Sure. Yes, for sure, of course.
It was like, yo, y'all want to have a match or something? And we were like, I mean, okay. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Might as well. You feel me?
Let's just do it.
Yo, we can segment this to my tag teams. Somebody's got to do it.
Well, this is FTR Bucks part
9.
3.
27, I think. Is it 3?
Yeah. This is
Big
the third
time.
one. Big action at All In Wembley. Yes, indeed. They are going to be doing this there. I mean, it's the biggest tag match I guess they can do at this moment.
Stipulation.
If they're not going to do the trios match.
Oh my god!
You think it needs a stip? Like what?
For
A
what?
ladder match? I don't know.
Y'all niggas like.
I don't know if it needs a. I don't know if it needs a stipulation though. I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know. I'm not totally hyped about it. Like it's like I'm sure it's going to be good. It's FTR and the Young Bucks. I'm sure it's going to be good. But I'm like, like again, okay, yeah, it's fine.
I mean,
it's there. It's there.
Does it really fit for a team that's just all fist? You know what I'm saying? Bringing back the pure tag team.
Ben, I got it. I got the stipulation.
All right,
Judy Bagwell on a pole.
All right,
bro. Listen, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Listen, bro.
This is the quality content you guys bring me on for.
You know it,
bro.
We got another match,
on a pole match, bro,
announced for All In tonight, and that was the women's fatal 4-way match, and that is going to be determined by a tournament, which looks like it'll be taking place between here and the next 2 weeks. Toni Storm has received a bye, of course, because she was the previous champion, and Hikaru Shida retained here tonight. And so she's been added in, Sky Blue and Saraya. And then, of course, Britt Baker and the Bunny will be facing off within the next week to determine the final 2 competitors.
Bro,
and then
not get a fucking bye.
I mean, well, she was already defending the title here tonight against Anna Jay. So it was like, all right, cool, we'll just make a tournament out of it. Yeah, I know. That was completely wild. But you got it. Yeah. You got an absolutely great point there, 100%. They got this tag match with the Mogul Embassy, Swerve and AR Fox versus Darby Allin and Sting. That's an interesting match. I'm glad that Mogul Embassy has got on the card for All In.
And it's a coffin match too. Fascinating.
Oh, I didn't even
It
peep
is.
that. Wow.
It's a coffin match.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Turn
I
up.
don't know.
yeah, I mean,
putting black people in the
gonna be
casket.
That's gonna be dope. And yeah, I'm with that. And then that's funny. And then in addition to that, like, of course, y'all talked about CM Punk having a match. That's likely going to be Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe threw that challenge at Collision just the other day. So we can do that. And then, like, that'll probably be, okay, CM Punk beats Samoa Joe. MJF falls to, MJF defeats Adam Cole. And then they do the title versus title at All Out the following week or something like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Do
maybe
we get a House of Black versus the Blackpool Combat Club in there too? I feel like you got to have them on there. I mean, not the House of Black more than John Moxley. You know what I'm saying? Your ultimate captain.
I don't know. I thought we were maybe leaning towards a Moxley and Orange Cassidy type thing.
Somebody got to take that belt.
Yeah.
I could see House of Black and Blackpool Combat though. I could see that if that's just to get everybody on the card. Yeah, why not?
One time.
That's if they don't lose the titles to CMFTR this weekend.
Is that on Collision?
Yeah, that's on Collision.
AEW CM Punk Collision.
CM Punk Collision.
CM Punk Collision. Nigga, CM Punk Collision.
That's well, we still have what is it? I guess two larger discussions that we can have here. One being, Jizzle, as you mentioned, the tag team situation, of course, with really across the board, and then also the AEW Women's division. And I think what we could do here, just to have a little bit of fun with it, maybe we should throw it to the AEW Women's division first. Because I think this one could be this one is more so like a group project. This one is more so like a group project. And so what I'd like to do here is take a look at what you guys think could possibly be the AEW Women's division starting lineup. There's been some talk lately, of course, about what's going on in the AEW Women's division. There was the situation just last week with what's the young lady's name, Lufisto, who had some things to say about her experience. This was about a year or so ago, but it did cause a big uproar online, and of course backstage there was damage control going on and all types of stuff. So I don't necessarily want to dwell too much on the negatives because we all know that there's some things that they can fix. There's some things that they can do to make the division better. I think what they're doing here, the champions that they have right now with Athena, Chris Statlander, and of course, Hikaru Shida. I want to know, in you guys' opinion, who would be the top 5 women in the division that can kind of really get this thing going and really be the anchors of this division. And I want to kind of do like an around the horn type of thing where everybody gets to take a pick, and then I guess we'll decide on the final one together. What do you guys think?
All right, that's good.
Yeah, which one?
So we already know, as I just mentioned, the AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida. Shida F baby, please say the baby. Athena is the ROH Women's Champion, and Chris Statlander is the TBS Champion. Why don't we go ahead and give it a go? And chat, you guys can chime in as well. Give us your thoughts on who you think should be the starting 5, or who you would pick as your starting 5. And hell, why don't we even throw in a 6th woman? You know what I mean? Why not?
Yeah, y'all need Jamal Crawford on the team.
Jizzle, would you like to go first?
Oh man, absolutely. Are we excluding the 3 champions, or can I add them into my 3?
Just go ahead and pick one. Pick one,
I'm
and then we'll go around.
Okay, yeah. The pick that I'm picking Willow Nightingale. You know what I'm saying? I'm picking Willow because like it's hard to get she had like the little like she's been around. You know what I'm saying? Like she got the little Tony Khan. Oh my God, she's all elite. And then to go out there and then do what she's done, and the saying winning the strong women's title, and then like just having banger after banger, and then everybody just like behind her. Like she's like the people's champ. And like she's like everybody's favorite. Like her little run these last couple of months has just been refreshing. It's just like everything that like you can really get behind her in all aspects, like from and like all like a three like we call it a 3-level player. You know what I'm saying? Like she's a 3-level player. You know what I'm saying? She can appeal to the guys who are just like, yo man, she dope. You know what I'm saying? She's kind of sexy. You know what I mean? And then the girls who are like, oh my God, she's so dope. Like, da, 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 da. And then like the real wrestling purists who were just like, yo man, she could be dominant, but then she could be nice. And she's a good character. You know what I'm saying? For the neckbeards out there, so she's a 3-level player. So I'm picking Willow.
All right.
The neckbeards.
So
you know, real quick, you know what Willow is, Jizzle? You know what she is? She's a vibe.
Turn it up, crank it up.
God, that made my heart skip a beat.
So I think for me, if you're going to start like the starting 5, and I know this might be a controversial answer, I would say Britt Baker. And the reason is because I feel like she's got almost like a Charlotte Flair kind of heat, right? She's been champion. She's kind of run, I guess, the division in a lot of ways since its inception. And I feel like people, you know, in some aspects, or how they could build on it is like someone like a Willow could challenge Britt and be like, you know, I'm sick of your shit. Everybody's here sick of your shit. You're not as good as you say you are. You don't deserve anything. You know what I mean? Like there's a story that can be told there with Britt Baker in that Charlotte Flair vein. But I also don't think you can discredit Britt Baker's accomplishments or what she's brought to the division since the companies began. So I would say if you're giving me a choice, I would say Britt Baker for sure.
Okay. I like that. So we got Willow Nightingale. We got Britt Baker. Ben, you want to go? You got one, or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'll go. Let me see. My pick, I guess I'd have to say Jade Cargill. And for the simple reason that you need star power on it. Like, you need someone, like, you can have, like, you know, your technical wrestlers, your submission artists or whatever, but you need star power. Like, people would see Jade Cargill, like, on the show. Like, they would see her, like, online or whatever, like, the clips that AEW posts, and they'd be like, yo, who is that? Like, they went to, like different like basketball games and stuff like that. Like they'd be sitting courtside and they'd be showing everybody, and you see that she stands out as a star. Like I'd bring her in and like make her part of that, like, you know, that big 5 for the star power. Like you're gonna have to get her back though, because like we don't know when or if she's coming back. Like if I'm Tony Khan, like I'm putting whatever amount I can to bring her back. And like on top of that, she was like committed to, you know, getting better. I see a lot of people, you know, saying, oh, she's not good in the ring. Oh, she's not this, she's not that. Like she was like committed. She was training with Daniel Bryan, like trying to work on that. So like I would definitely go that route. You're going to need some star power.
I like that. We got Willow, Britt, Jade Cargill. I am going to go with the AEW Women's Champion. I'm going to go with Hikaru Shida. She's been my favorite AEW Women's Division performer since the beginning. And her with this second reign, I believe that she will solidify herself as what some and, you know, many have been calling her. That's the ace of the women's division. I think it's good. I think she's great. And, I think she deserves a spot on that team.
Definitely, like the way that she carried like through the pandemic, and now to see her get like a title run, like and actually in front of people has been very like, you know, satisfying to see.
I'm with you on that. So we got our 4. Who's gonna round out that 5th spot? You know what I mean? And there's so many options. Jizzle, we got our 4. I went with Shida F Baby.
Oh, you got to.
Yeah, we got Willow.
Sheeta F Baby, no comparison. I love it.
There you go. So we got Sheeta, we got Willow, we got Jade, and we got Britt Baker, DMD as our 4. Who should be our 5th in the starting lineup?
Where's Riho? Listen.
You know what? Hey, I don't disagree with that. I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that. Triple H fears her.
I was about to say
fears Rio. You feel me? She always get the crowd jumping. They adore her. You know the match is gonna be crazy. She's not there all the time, but she has really been day one.
Like literally since day one. Like I remember like that first match that she had on like the first episode of Dynamite. That was like the match that the crowd was going up for. Like we were like me and my wife were in the audience. Like everybody was going up for that one. Like everybody was trying to see Rio. So like definitely like so that's a good 5th pick.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Okay. So we got our 5. Jade Cargill, you know what I'm saying, for the star power, big action. She just shot a music video with French Montana. Y'all already know what it is. I don't know what that's about, but that's dope. Salute to that. You know what I'm saying? So we got Britt, we got Jade, we got Willow Nightingale, we got Rio, and we got Sheeta F. Baby.
Oh, I got to.
Who's coming off the bench?
Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose. You need an absolute scorer. Somebody's going to get you points. You know what I mean? Somebody's going to make y'all mad. And somebody's going to get y'all points. Somebody who's entertaining. Somebody who's a good adversary to all these heroes that we picked.
Before we go with that, and just run down a list of people that we did not pick yet. Anna Jay, Athena, Billy Starks, The Bunny, Diamante, Emi Sakura, Harley Cameron, Jamie Hayter, Julia Hart, the TBS champion Chris Statlander, Layla Hirsch, who just returned to ROH, Madison Rain, Mercedes Martinez, Nyla Rose, Penelope Ford, Red Velvet, right, Penelope, Ruby Soho, Saraya, Serena Deeb, Sky Blue, Hey Mello, Thunder Rosa, Tony Storm, Taya Valkyrie, and Yuka Sakazaki.
Okay, let me take my pick back. I didn't mean to disrespect my baby like that. I'm sorry, Thunder Rosa, because I love you.
All right, man.
I would go with
Taco
Athena.
Vlog, bro. Taco Vlog.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
I would
Athena
go with
too.
Athena personally.
Athena's like your heavy hitter, like, and she has like experience like over in WWE, so you can give like that to her, or whatever. You're gonna need a heavy hitter. Like she was. These matches that she had before she like went to Ring of Honor exclusively were so violent and so like so much carnage that you had people legitimately questioning. It's like, is she shooting? Like, did she have beef with that woman? Like, what's going on? And like, you had people tell like the word was that they were telling like, yo, she got to tone it down. She got to bring it back. Like, nah, we need more matches like that. We need to blur the line more.
We got 2 for Athena.
I mean,
we got 2 votes for Athena.
I'm going to go with Mr. McAfee, though. I got to say Thunder Rosa.
Yo, thank you, man. Thank you.
Stalemate.
Yeah. Listen,
We got a stalemate.
As much as I love Athena, I got to go with Thunder Rosa. I think she's got a lot more to do in this company. And I think given the right opportunities and the right stories, I think she could absolutely do. I think she could potentially be the face of the women's division too. I'm that confident in the fact that she could do it for sure.
And she
Yeah.
before she got that injury. You know what I'm saying? Like she was putting on the matches. You know what I mean? She was the one.
Yeah.
Her and Britt Baker was falling in them fucking tacks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hitting each other with stuff. You know what I mean? Like they. And then like you can have them like they can have the little thing with that the real heat that they have with each other or whatever. Like,
but I think the only reason I didn't pick her was just because she's out with the injury and nobody really knows, right? And we don't know when she's going to be back. So if we're talking about people that are available now, Baker obviously. But I mean, long term, if she's available and is coming back, Thunder Rosa is definitely on that list for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we do this?
Britt Lesnar.
Why don't we do this? Otto's album is called 777, right?
Oh my god,
she's amazing. 7 is the number of completion. On the 7th day, God rested.
Pastor Cody has reminded us.
So why don't we go ahead and add both of them to the team?
Athena and Thunder. Oh, yo, we got a super team, but let's go.
We do. It's like the Avengers of women's wrestling. I love it. Yeah.
I'm with it. Okay.
Baker and Thunder Rosa are like Captain America and Iron Man fighting in Civil War. How can they coexist? And then it's going to be a great story. I'm just saying. Sort of out there. Listen, listen. Y'all mentioned French Montana, by the way. Can I ask you guys a question? I know this is kind of off topic here, but this is what I do. So 50 Cent, I saw a video of him recently talking about French Montana and said that no one's ever bumped a French Montana record that is solo on his own. And I wanted to know your guys' opinion. Do you think he's just a featured rapper, or do you think he's someone that could carry a record by himself?
I mean, I had to excuse my French, all right, and I mean, all the songs I like on it had other people on it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a Chinks drugs guy. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Chinks.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like anything with Chinks on it, but we're not gonna disrespect French Montana. Like he and Waka Flocka carried an entire mixtape together.
Yes.
So I asked you this, Curtis. Who was the A side on that plane tickets mixtape? He could do it. Just like, why not? We have the money to have other people on there.
Fair.
That's true. I have personally never slapped a French Montana song that was a solo record.
I've never heard anybody say put on a French Montana. Never in my life.
You know what I want to hear is that Ja Rule. That's what I want to hear right now. It's Thug Lovin'. Can we
oh, baby.
Murder. Nothing. Just getting that party started harder than that, man.
This is the best I can do right now.
Let's go play Mary J. Blige, man. I'm about to say,
hey, listen, I'll take it.
Oh, what? Oh, Mary J. Blige. I mean, I could go one up.
Drop that track. Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, free cheese.
You know it's back.
Yo, shout out to Mendices.
You know it's back.
Man, so who's gonna rap?
What?
My ear, the headphones are on fire right now. That was a level of heat that I wasn't prepared for tonight, guys.
Well, let's run it back again then.
Run it back.
That track.
Run it back.
Chicken, fresh lettuce, free cheeses.
Man, I be doing the King Von dance over here listening to that.
That is crazy, man. Well, we talked about the AEW Women's Division. We got our starting lineup. We've got Britt Baker, Jade Cargill, Willow Nightingale, Hikaru Shida, Thunder Rosa, Athena. I'm missing one.
Who'd you pick, Ben?
Rio?
Rio. There we go.
Rio.
My bad, y'all. There we go. I apologize. You're talking about that is what it is, but there's still an issue. I feel. Jizzle, do you feel the same way? That's not the only division that kind of needs a little bit of assistance.
Yes, actually, all across the board too.
All across the board. Well, not all across the board because Impact is doing their motherfucking thing, and they just be kind of over there on their island, surviving, rocking, straight line. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We ain't going too high up. We ain't going too high low. We just stay in the course. You feel me? But let's talk about a little bit of tag team turmoil because these divisions right now they need a little bit of some milk. They need some milk. They need
something, man. They need something.
Not only does the WWE tag team titles both, you know what I'm saying, what are the undisputed universal tag teams? I don't even know what they're called. The undisputed tag team titles, the AEW tag team titles, the WWE women's tag team titles, tag team turmoil. What is going on here? You feel me? Maybe with what's going on with the Young Bucks inserting themselves back into the tag team division. Did you know that on Dynamite tonight, they said that the Young Bucks, this match that they had with the Hardys was their third tag team match in a calendar year.
Damn,
I mean,
what's
they
going
were
on?
suspended.
Really?
They were suspended. They were suspended for like 2.5 months, and then they just been in trios ever since. But third tag team match in a year,
Wow.
and it feels like it.
They're putting
Ben,
up Roman Reigns numbers.
You know what I'm saying? Ben, you said what you say last week. When the Young Bucks or when the Elite aren't on the show, you can feel it. You can see it. Like it's evident. You know what I'm saying? So maybe them inserting themselves back in will fix this. Go ahead, take it off.
Yeah, like it's just one of those things. Like with FTR, I was hoping that when they got the titles off of the Guns, that they would, pick up the pace and they like restore the feeling to that tag team division, because really you got your high point of this year was the Acclaim holding those titles. That was your high point. And then when like they randomly lose to the Guns, it's like, okay, well, what are we doing? Like we all assume like the Guns would be the transitional champions. Then you have FTR come in and kind of like clean up the mess. But they've still just had to remind like management, like, yo, we're the champions. Like, it's not a good sign when you have to make tweets and be like, why am I not on the card? It's not a good sign when you have to make tweets and be like, where's our like tag team championship matches and things like that. Like, it's not a good sign. So sending in the Bucks to do like clean up on these titles, like I understand it. Like, I know, like they need, like those belts need a factory reset.
I love it. Yo, I love Ben. I love what you said, Ben. That is so crazy because, like, I know, I know it's a lot of tribalism in this IWC that we're ranked 9th in, and I know that you would say you want to say that this person treats the division better than this person, but let's keep it real. AEW gave FTR them tag team titles to keep them to stay. You know what I mean? Just like buying a woman a ring when she's about to leave you. You know what I mean? Like they gave them titles to stay the same way WWE about 3-4 years ago gave them the fucking titles to stay. You know what I mean? And I remember we were talking about this earlier. I was like, yo, man, like it feels like all the good tag teams are just putting trios matches and shit now. You know what I mean? So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with the tag team division where they have enough teams, and then like you can make teams up? You know what I mean? Even though they hate the little, you know what I'm saying, put the little paste together teams or whatever, but that shit works sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, but the real teams is the one that you ain't trying to give no shine to. Like, there's no way that fucking Kaden and fucking Katana shouldn't have these goddamn belts, dog. Like, they should have had these belts from jump. Like, they should have had these belts from jump. They're the only real women's tag team. And if you were to make these women's tag teams do something, then you have to establish these teams and give them time. I understand that shit, but still. What about the men's tag team channel in WWE? They've been involved in the Bloodline joint. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really been fighting people like that until Sammy and them took that off of them. But then now they're both hurt. So like I think in order to get this tag team division like in pro wrestling in general together, like you're just gonna have to put some teams together and make them stick together, man. Like, I remember Kofi was an Air Boom, and then air fucking Carlito like 2 years ago because the Air wanted to smoke spice. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're not lying about those Kofi Kingston tag teams, because he was like you said, Air Boom, and like I think Evan Bourne, like he gets injured and he ends up leaving or whatever,
Spice.
And then like without missing a beat, he's in a tag team with R-Truth like the next week.
Yep.
And then like after that, like he's in another tag team. Like he was just moving around. Like they didn't know what to do. And sometimes those pace tag teams, like I look back on like some of the tag teams like that they had. Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes were like tag team champions for like 3 months. I was like,
which is insane, right? Like how I felt it's a fever dream, right? Like I forgot about it too.
Like I don't remember anything like that. But yeah, the women's tag team titles, I feel like they've been cursed. I'm like, like every time, something happens with them, like when we had, like most recently we had Shayna and Ronda. Ronda and Shayna, they break up the tag team. Okay, we have Liv and Raquel. They take the titles off of them. They put it on Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. And I was happy about them winning the tag team titles. I wasn't happy about like the time frame that they won it in. Like it was so back to back. but I still hoping that they would do something with the titles. And unfortunately, Sonya Deville gets injured. And it's like, okay, you know, where do we go now with these belts? And like, apparently they're going to do like a tournament or whatever. I think right now, the best bet for the women's tag team titles, send them down to NXT. Send them down to NXT because they actually have fucking tag teams down there.
But you got a tag team up there right now, man. Put it on K and K. You know what I'm saying? Like put it on an established tag team and then take it from there. Like you got to have a fucking team to be a fucking team. Like FTR, like being a good, like that's why I'm saying like they're a team. Like that's why you have to like as much as you hate it, as much as you hate Charlotte Flair being in the fucking title picture, you need it. As much as you hate the Young Bucks being in the fucking tag team division that I run. You know what I'm saying?
Like I literally booked this shit.
You need me, like you need us, dog. Like I don't know what the pushback is of just having like we want new shit. Like there's no such thing as new tag teams, dog, because that's a team, motherfucker. Like you can't make new shit.
So who's give me a couple of teams from the AEW tag division that should be, you know what I'm saying, the prominent ones to kind of get this back to where it needs to be.
The Acclaimed has to be there.
The Bucks.
The Bucks definitely. FTR definitely.
Yeah.
You can do the Butcher and the Blade. They've been a tag team this whole time. You can just pick out two of them fucking newly signed fucking new Dark Order niggas. You know what I'm saying? And make them a fucking team like the fight for that shit. Especially Silver and it'd probably be Silver and Reynolds because they're the actual team on that joint. Like there are teams there, the Guns. You know what I'm saying? Even though I can't stand them niggas, but them niggas are fucking entertaining. I like them. You know what I mean?
Like against my better judgment, like y'all already know how I felt about the Guns, but they've like. Recently, like I've looked at them and I'm like, yeah, they're really coming into their own. So they're a strong contender for me to like take the belts in like a new division like this. I guess the second time around would be good, but like I think the Bucks I don't see anybody besides the Bucks like hitting that factory reset button and like, okay, we gotta reset the table. Like they need that for like the TNT title too, but that's a different conversation for a different time. Yeah, but like I don't see anybody except the Bucks like getting this back on track.
Well, I also think that you could take like a group like the House of Black, right, or even the Blackpool Combat Club, right, after you reset. Because I agree with you guys. I think the Bucks are the ones that have to do that full factory reset, right? They're the ones that need to. What's up, man? They need to be the ones to start over, right? But I feel like you could use House of Black or Blackpool Combat Club almost in the Freebird role, right? And then make things like exciting, right? Because you have multiple different options in both of these factions that you could utilize. So maybe that's a way to sort of reinvigorate this a little bit more and make things a little bit more fresh and exciting, instead of just relying on the trios. Because again, you're limited in scope when it comes to the trios titles, right? How much can you really do with those belts long term, right? Because you have the Elite, you have the House of Black, you have Blackpool Combat Club. What other contenders do we have here, at least as of right now? So in order to kind of keep things fresh and keep it moving, but again, like you guys said, like it's not even just an AEW problem; it's a WWE problem, right? One of the things that I constantly come back to when we talk about WrestleMania 39 is okay. So Cody wins the title, right? Whether or not we agree with him losing, it's kind of in this particular instance, it's irrelevant, right? What next? What happens after Cody loses the title or after Cody wins the title, right? Where do we go from there? And I mentioned Cross earlier with everybody stuck in neutral and things like that. It's the same thing with the WWE tag team belts. I still think the right choice was made when Sammy and KO won the titles, but now they're injured, right? So where do you go next? Even at that point, I don't really think they had anything in the chamber after Cody and Sammy, after KO and Sammy won. So it's kind of like this weird dynamic where it's like, the excitement's off of the titles now. And now we're trying to figure out what to do. But now the two guys that had the titles are injured. And like, do we split the belts up? Do we just finally merge them and make them one set? Like, I don't think there's enough tag teams to really facilitate that. So, to Mr. McAfee's point, it's like, do we just start shotgunning teams, right? Do we just start putting random people together and doing it that way? I don't. And again, once you even put the belts on them, what happens then? Where's the next step? So, I don't know if there's necessarily a team that I would say in WWE's position that could do a factory reset for those titles. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Terry just said it. The Street Profits.
That's
Street
what I
Profits.
was thinking the whole time. Like I was like, they got
They
a
could
new
do it.
look.
They could do it. Yep.
They've just turned like heel, if you want to call it that. The audience wasn't going for it, like for booing them or whatever.
Not a chance.
But yeah, like it's like, well, you know, we'll
DIY could do it too.
It's
That's
there,
not a bad
man.
idea.
It's just about the
It's
effort.
true.
You gotta care.
It's true.
Like if you care as much as we pretend to care on Twitter, then maybe you guys will be able to do some shit. Like, but it's just fucking like if I don't know, like the obvious tag teams are just like tag team matches used to be like they're like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll be like, you need to start actually like, instead of just signing a whole bunch of motherfuckers, you need to start signing actual tag teams. Maybe that will help too. Like I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. And AEW just kind of like slowed down on that. It just felt like since the titles have like gotten off of the Acclaim, like it just hadn't necessarily felt like how the tag division used to feel, how they like used to go hard for it. I mean, but of course they also did introduce the trios titles as well last year. But speaking of people that were there since the beginning and how they used to go so hard with the tag titles, Santana's been teasing a return. Santana and Ortiz.
They call them that, not the stupid name that they had.
Grand Slam coming up at the end of September.
I thought they was beefing though. They still mad at each other?
Yeah, weren't they beefing?
I mean, that's what reports say, but I ain't got no sources. I don't be listening to niggas.
Hey man, put on a little French Montana, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Put a little
You know
shot
what I mean?
collar. Little shot collar.
I ain't worried about nothing.
From automotive idiot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Get a little chopped cheese or two.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Chopped cheese.
I'm with you guys on the Street Profits though. That could definitely be a move. DIY I heard was going to be a thing as well, but I don't know, Gargano's situation. But there's definitely some teams in each each company that could definitely make the moves to make it happen. It's just the commitment to do they want this division to be what it can be?
Bro, here's the thing that I think they should do.
Or whatever.
They should just find two good tag teams that are the best over there, and then spam the matches until they can build up a tag team division that's worth the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just take two good tag teams and make them fight each other 130 times. Like the same way, like hold on, what's the little man Amante said? You know what I mean? He put the Lucha Brothers up in there. I didn't mean to disrespect Ray Phoenix, the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? The best to ever run the ropes. I'm sorry, Commander, but you know what I'm saying? You're saying Lucha Bros. I'm saying Buddy and Brody King. You know what I'm saying? Aussie Open. They got some folks up in there. I don't want to see Warlow doing anything. I'm saying, tell him to stop crying first, and then I want to see him on my TV. But but yeah, just take two tag teams and make them fight each other over and over. That's all you got to do, yo. And then like if they made the Lakers and the Celtics play each other 150 times until the NBA can stop doing coke and play on TV. So if you just get two of them, you'll be just fine, man. Just start from there, but just don't half-ass it and then expect us to care.
All right. Well, we'll see what they're going to do with the tag divisions. We'll see what they're going to do with the women's division. We gave y'all our input. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to pass the message along, you feel me? The message in the bottle. There's a bluebird on my shoulder. Should I kill it? And I'm talking about. Let them know. Let them know what's going on. You feel me? And maybe up there at Stanford, maybe over there at Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? They're here. They'll hear what we got to say and implement it, put it into motion. Adam, you got motion, my friend. I want to thank you for pulling up and kicking with us. You know what I'm talking about? Giving us your time, being generous with it. I don't know if we talked about how long you were going to be able to be here, but you've been so generous, and I greatly appreciate you. I know that you just recorded an episode like right before you came on here, so thank you so much.
Of course, man. Listen, guys, I was I made enough time for you guys for the show, and I just love being on the show with you guys, and thank you all for having me on and supporting everything I do. Like anytime I send you guys stuff, you guys always amplify it and send it out for me. And I just want to say thank you for doing that, because I don't think I would be in a lot of the positions that I am right now if it wasn't for you guys. So I want to thank you guys for doing that for me. I just, like I said, I have an episode of Foundation Radio coming out tomorrow, special episode that we just did as a sort of a SummerSlam recap. So you can check that out at foundationradio.net. You also follow Mind of the Meanie. You can go to mindofthemeanie.com and get all the new episodes there. We release a show every Monday. It's me and ECW Original, Blue Meanie. And then you can follow me on Twitter, which, again, to be clear, fellas, I'm not going to call it X, even if there's a fire. Twitter, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, which I'm just learning to use now because my kids say it's cool. You can find me at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal. So I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, hey, man, you've been here for like 3 laptops of mine. You know what I'm saying? This is the 3rd laptop that you've been here for this. So like, you've been rocking with us
hey, man.
for a while since I've been doing it on the phone. You know what I mean?
Bro,
Here to the wheels fall off, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me by, man.
Thanks so much, man. Be easy, bro. Stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay dangerous. Deuces.
Yeah. Yo, man. Blue Mini swung that chair on JBL like dude did at the Montgomery too. We should have told him that.
Bang, 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 bang.
That is hilarious. Salute to Adam, man. That was good stuff, man. All right, where are we at? The Bloodline. What is going on here? SummerSlam, they had the tribal what was it? The tribal combat match. Jey Uso, Roman Reigns.
These like unclear rules. Like they were saying, like during the match, like no one can interfere until the match is over. But Solo was there, and obviously, spoiler alert: if you've been living under a rock, Jimmy Uso pulled up at the end of SummerSlam to help. Well, not to help Roman Reigns win, but to prevent his brother from winning the Undisputed Championship. And like the rules where it's like, oh, no one can step in or whatever, but like we had multiple people stepping in. I don't know. I just feel like whenever they say that in like some type of a match, like it always happens. Like they said for years, like an Elimination Chamber, no one can enter Elimination Chamber, no one can come in there. And then Shawn Michaels just lifts up the grate. It's like, oh shit, I can come in here whenever I want. Like, yeah. Like easy pass, but yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on the end of that match with Jimmy Uso coming in at the end of the match and essentially helping Roman win?
First off, like I don't understand how you can tell family not to interfere in a family-oriented match. Like, fuck you, like, but we're family. Like, not like Paul Heyman's gonna get in there and hit me with a belt or something. Paul Heyman just sat there and whooped his ass like I was whooping everybody else's ass. So like, but. It was the perfect little. It wasn't the perfect little twist. It was just like you didn't see it coming, but you kind of thought just like, yo, man, that'd be fucked up if this nigga just popped up and like cost us the match.
Bro, this for me was like one of the thoughts I had in the back of my head, and then every time I thought about it, it's like one of those things. Like I'm like, nah, they wouldn't do that. That's crazy. I was like that, and then you think about it, that you'd be like, that'd be walking back like some of the storyline or whatever. And like you're like, nah, they would never do that. And then lo and behold, like he pulls up, helps them out. And originally, my thought process on this was that he wasn't helping Roman, that it was just out of jealousy because he's like, yo, man, you've gotten a world title match off of my back and off of me being beat up by these 3 niggas, like this is how you got your title match. This was never about defending me. This was probably you just, wanting to become the world champion. I can understand that. But what they have said recently on Raw was that, he's back in the bloodline. So I'm hoping there's a swerve somewhere in there where he's just like, you know what? They're like, oh yeah, you're back in the bloodline, right? And he's like, no, I can't. I don't rock with you niggas either. I just didn't want him to be champion because like, yo, he wasn't doing it for the right reason. Something like that. Like
that's the thing that I think that was the best part, because I don't think it has anything to do with Roman, because like he was the first one to kick Roman in his mouth and make Jay like, come on, man, you're supposed to be da-da-da-da. Like, you're supposed to be whoop-de-whoop. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be us. It's supposed to be us. But then like there was a couple little things that they sprinkled in like during the tribal court and shit where they was talking about like, Jimmy was the one that was opposed to you being main event Jay. And then like remember when he turned remember when he turned to Jimmy and he was like, yo, you were always the homecoming queen, the homecoming king. You were always the star of the football team. You were always the star of the family. Like you were always the number one twin. And then like, and I think that shit started getting to Started getting to Jimmy, like it was
Getting
kind
to
of
Jimmy?
like started getting to Jimmy. Just like, yo,
Yeah.
I
He
ain't.
like, yeah, you know what? You right. That I was already. Why am I playing second fiddle to you, little bruh?
Yeah.
Little
Thinking like,
Jay.
yo, did I peak in high school? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yo, man, are you Al Bundy of the family? Like,
Hey, he could be like, I'm doing all this for you. You could do all of this. Sammy was my partner. You ain't want him in the crew. You feel me? As soon as you know what I'm saying, you start liking him, he start fucking up. He was taking up for him. I was trying to get him up out of here. I got us away from Roman. You feel me? Like we got all this going on for the last 3 years. My wife got let go. You feel me? Like we still doing all of this for Roman and we supposed to be tag champions. And hey, I throw it all at the wall. Fuck it.
Bro,
I'm supposed to
and
sit
then
down to
like,
you? I'm supposed to look up to
Yo.
you as the tribal chief?
I throw it
facts,
all at the wall.
and not for nothing, but you know, we've had the seeds planted right here for this for like a while, because when Jay came back and he was like on this whole like nobody's bitch thing, he was talking to Jay in the back, and he was like, you know how, you know, you said that you quit during the match, like when he was choking me out. He said, I never would have done that for you. I would have won the match. Like we've seen, like there's some animosity in there, and like the way that he looked at Jimmy looked at Jay at the Royal Rumble when he wasn't joining in to attack Sami Zayn. There have been the seeds there. I didn't think we'd get it right now, because the plan that, you know, people have been saying is for this match to go down at WrestleMania 40. Well, we have 6 months till WrestleMania 40.
You know
How do we get there?
We got two of our big four between then.
Yeah, that's crazy. Somebody had made a graphic and maybe we'd see it at like some like Payback or something like that.
Oh, they gotta fight at Payback. Like nigga, you gotta fight me tomorrow, nigga. Like you just cost me the
Right.
fucking.
You know what I'm saying? Like what we waiting for? You know, like we talking about, you know what I'm talking about? Like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? But what's her Colby? Shout out to Colby. She had a good point. She said Jimmy Uso has cost Jey Uso every single match against Roman. He threw the towel in the I Quit
time.
match. He was getting choked out in the Hell in a Cell. You feel me?
That's still the coldest shit I've ever seen in my life, nigga. Like, God,
He was the only reason Jay gave up. And here, after Jay's already beaten Roman, pinned him, while Jimmy is sitting back in the corner like this. Who knows,
just
man?
just like watching, like, you know, you got that brother, you know what I'm saying, that you look up to.
Yeah.
And then like you say, I'm pretty sure Jimmy's looking at Jay, even though they're only 37 seconds apart. And they're looking down, like, you know what I'm saying? He probably looked up to him, especially as he was the homecoming king, prom king, best in the saying most likely to succeed type shit. And then you were just his twin, and now you're just the twin now. Like, you know what I'm saying, which one is you? You're Jay's brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's hard.
Brandy's brother.
Yeah, man. Like, how do you think Brandy felt when Wait a Minute came out? You know what I mean? I bet you she was mad. You know,
when she turned into AJ's sister after the scandals. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, like, do you imagine being a big brother or being known as the bigger brother, and then everybody just flocking around you, and now everybody just cares about the brother that nobody cared about except me?
Yeah.
You know,
That's why I can't get with the idea that, you know what I'm saying, like Jimmy's just gonna go back to the bloodline. I think this whole thing with whatever's gonna happen on SmackDown is gonna be, if he does show his hand this week, you know, they like to draw shit out. You feel me? Like, he's not going back to the bloodline. Like y'all said, like, he's gonna be like upset with everybody. It's not gonna be like kumbaya and umbrella service for everybody. You know what I'm saying? We not going to the, you know what I'm saying, to the PJ and eating shrimp, you know what I mean, after the mahi, whatever it is, like we got mahi, you know what I'm talking about? But yeah, but like I don't see that. We not finna have sunshine and rainbows over here, you know what I'm saying, just because you know what I'm saying, Jay was unsuccessful in winning the title. I think Jay's going to be highly upset. But a lot of people are also pointing to the fact that when they tried the spike and spear thing, Roman speared Solo, and what about this fatal four-way idea, Survivor Series, Bloodline
Ooh, I'm
whole-
not
the whole thing.
opposed to that.
I didn't think Solo can go with Jay because he was already looking at Roman like, nigga, you a hoe. Like,
yeah, like the look that he shot him, like they're sitting there staring each other down for like 30 to 40 seconds, like at SummerSlam. He's like, yo, man, what's that spear about, bro? Like, I already don't believe in you. Like, I'm already here just because, like, you know, just off of principle, like, bro, because you the guy that I came up here to defend. The elders sent me to you. So, like, what was that spear about? Like,
Yeah,
I
you gotta
can
get
see
the
that
elders
being
involved too.
Yeah, like I can
Solo.
see that.
Solo was brother Muzone for sure. Like, yeah, he was hired. He was hired by the elders.
Paul Heyman didn't look surprised, confused, lost. Like, what the hell is happening right now when Jimmy was kicking Jay in the face? Does he know something that we don't know? Does he know something that Roman doesn't know? Does he know something that Solo doesn't know?
Him and Jimmy have always been talking the whole time. The only like he's like Jimmy's been the middleman who's Paul's been talking to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If I was you, like, da-da-da-da-da. If I was you, da-da-da-da. I mean, I'm saying you should be the one, like, well, he told me that if you can't get your brother over here, that he's about to whoop your ass in front of everybody again. Like, so.
I got it. Paul Heyman been in Jimmy ear like this.
Let me tell you, when I saw Cole Cabana.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's going on, Cool Joe?
I just kind of
Drop that track. Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, three cheeses.
It's back.
All right.
It's back.
Back. I'm just saying. Back. I don't know what's gonna go down with the bloodline. Do y'all think?
Yeah.
Do y'all think it has jumped the shark, and we can close the bloodline talk on that? I guess.
Let me see. You're gonna. I don't know. Like, we're gonna have to like see like in a couple of weeks because they're gonna need something to carry the storyline for a little while because Roman is injured. That's what people are saying. So you're gonna need a little something to carry this storyline for a little bit until we figure out like how severe is Roman injured. Like, not even like if he wasn't injured, who's his next contender?
Yeah.
Things like that. Like, you're gonna have to have something going on. You're gonna have a little filler going on in the background while they sort of figure these things out. And I don't know, like I said, like they had been going on so well. If they can spin it and kind of like address everyone's concerns and be like, yeah, Jimmy isn't back to join the bloodline. He's just wants to destroy everything that his brother's built. Then yeah, you were able to contain that damage. But if you go straight with him, just like, oh, I'm back in the bloodline, everything's cool, like I'm back here for you, Roman, then you have essentially like ruined a good portion of what you had going, and it's going to take a little while to fix that.
I mean, when you got family, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can make family branch off into anything because you know don't nobody love a good brother versus brother match than WWE. You know what I'm saying? They'll make brothers fight in a heartbeat. So, like, if you can, like, especially when there's three of them motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? You make all three of them fight each other. You know what I'm saying? See who's the superior Rikishi son. And
I'm not interested in a brother versus brother feud. I'm just not. They're
twins,
never
bro.
great. Yeah, you're right about that, but I don't really care. I just never really liked them. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt here just because I feel like there's been ups and there's been downs, peaks and valleys with this whole bloodline thing for the last 2.5, 3 years now. And I have grown to accept when I watch television shows, sometimes there are bridge episodes that get us to the next dope shit. So
we call that in anime? We call that filler.
What's that? We call that filler. I mean, they call that filler everywhere, but I mean, pause, whatever.
I don't call that an action movie sense. We call it the Loose and the Furious.
Oh, okay. Were you more excited about SummerSlam or Gear 5 Day? Ooh, I don't know.
You know, Luffy's a bad guy now.
That's crazy. Well, listen. You talked about addressing everybody's concerns with that whole thing. There's been concerns with the locker room. We can address their concerns because people are talking about they got to make lemonade with the lemons that they're given. Becky Lynch was upset and frustrated. Sheamus was showing some frustration based on the Bloodline story. So we can just start there. He said, we could be real. Roman Reigns wasn't even popping 3 years ago. He was just the dude that was on top of the car. He was fighting Goldberg and didn't nobody even care. And then, the pandemic, it afforded all of us this luxury and and they wasted my whole shit. I was popping after Clash of the Champions. And then what do? Or Night of the Champions, a Clash at the Castle, or whatever the hell it was. You know what I'm talking about? When they lost, he got smacked up by Gunther. You know what I'm talking about? And then, Sheamus was upset about that. How do you guys feel about Sheamus?
Man, he the ops. That's how I feel, man. He the ops. And, you know what I'm saying? You deserve everything that you're getting right now. You're Butch's handyman. That's what you. Nah, I'm just playing. I understand what he's talking about when it comes to like wasting. Like, it's like, yo, man, I had a really good. You know what I'm saying? Really good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying, a little momentum going on after we had. You know what I'm saying? After we had our match or whatever. But guess what? That's wrestling, motherfucker. That happens all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Everybody has a good. You know how long it took. You know what I'm saying? My old GOAT. You know what I'm saying? To get his moment after winning the title, it took 7 months, dog. You're not old GOAT. You got the title hella early, blood. Like, what are you talking? Like, what? I understand that, man. Like, I understand, like, you can say in wrestling, it's an independent contracted sport. Everybody's doing it. It's like tennis and like golf. Like, it's all about me. Even though if I'm in a faction, I'm still got to be the leader of the faction. But listen, bro, that's what happens, man. Like
for that, I can understand like his concerns and everything like that because he was hot, and obviously the next choice, like for who he should have faced with, he could have had a little program with Roman in that time frame because there was like large periods of time where Roman wasn't doing anything, where people were trying to figure out like, okay, what do we do for Roman next? Like it would have been nothing for him to have like a short, like little run against Roman. You could have like had that right there, but other than that, it's like saying like, oh, Roman wasn't popping 3 years ago. Yeah, no shit. Like he's been doing the same bullshit act that he's been trying to get out of for the last however long. So like, I don't see like blaming him for actually like stepping up and being like, oh yeah, well nobody cared about him. People cared about me. Bro, around that time, you know what's happening? Like during the pandemic, you was getting Jeff Hardy pissed on in your face, bro. Chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah, if anybody should be mad, it should be Drew McIntyre. All right. What about me? You know what I'm saying? Who you think carried the pandemic? Listen, me, Sheeta carried this pandemic for pro wrestling. All right. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? So you over here crying about, you know what I'm saying, getting the chain out the box when you was hating on the kids. You know what I'm saying? You still the ops, bro. Hope you don't win nothing. The whole Butch takes over.
Yeah. And Bailey and Mercedes too, for sure.
Yeah, Sheamus, he did have that moment where he was like, Sheamus did have that moment where people were like, where the crowd was like going in for him, like the banger after banger after banger thing. And it's like, bro, like it's just like we have a bunch of things that we can name that the crowd was going crazy for, and that probably could have worked, and that probably could have made a lot of money, that probably could have went on, but they were just like, you know what? Fuck it. Like there's other shit going on, like Rusev Day, all that shit. Like they was like, okay, like we don't
business,
give a fuck. Like,
and to be honest, this is a good thing for them to have because like, and it's unfortunate that the talent are kind of feeling this way, but like, to be honest, when was the last time we had this many people that were this over? I'm talking about Sheamus. Like, you feel me? In the WWE, in the scope of what they're doing, like, not only Sheamus, Becky is super over. You feel me? The Bloodline is over. You know what I'm talking about? LA Knight is over. You feel me? Like, Sammy and KO is over. You feel me? Like, Rey Mysterio is over. The LWO thing is over. Imperium is over. Like, Judgment Day. Like, it's everybody is clicking right now. So it's like, I can't give everybody the ball and let them run with it. You feel me? Like some of these players got to be check down players. You feel me? Like I can't throw Hail Mary every time and let you go crazy. You feel me? Like I know we trying to run it up. I know you trying to get to 1,000-yard season. You feel me? But like we slow walk the dog a little bit here.
We can't all do like the whole Bob, the whole Hardcore Holly thing where it's like, you know what we should do? I should beat everybody and then I win the belt. We can't do that, especially with everybody that we got on the roster right now. I can understand Becky Lynch being frustrated because I honestly thought that was going to be like one of the big matches for SummerSlam. And the fact that she is one of your top like women's wrestlers and she was left off the card, I can understand that. I don't want to see her do an on-screen rivalry with Triple H. I don't want to see that. I can't express to you how much I don't want to see that. Like, bro, like
they're gonna do it.
Chill on that shit.
And they're gonna do it.
I know they're gonna do it.
They're gonna do it.
I know.
You know why they're gonna do it? Because they haven't done this entire thing with a woman before. So this would be like, oh my god, they're so inclusive. They're gonna beef with the oh my god, she really is the man. She really runs it. Like, yo, she's one of your big money players, dog. Like, I understand that. Like, listen. Nobody's going to sell more T-shirts than Becky Lynch right now. All right,
For real.
She sells more T-shirts than 95% of the men over there.
And keep it a bean now, given that Ronda's gone, you're forever not going to know what could have been with that WrestleMania 35 main event that you just had to turn into a triple threat. You know what I'm saying? But Ronda is apparently teasing that she's leaving WWE following her SummerSlam loss to Shayna Baszler. She said, Shayna, you were the reason that I got into this business. Now I got no reason to stay.
I think like she's been looking for a reason to get out for a little bit. Like when she came back and she wasn't getting the responses that she thought she was going to get. She wasn't getting the love that she thought she was going to get. Like anything like that. I think like she was kind of like, you know what? I think that I want to leave. So I think like her running out this contract, and I appreciate her putting over Shayna before she left and like making Shayna look good on the way out, because I think this is going to be like a new era for Shayna Baszler, and I think she'll actually be able to make something of this like this time. Like she got the cool factory reset on this rivalry. But as for Ronda, besides the name value that she was bringing, like she wasn't really doing much that I really cared about, that anybody really cared about. So I don't want to say like good riddance or anything, because that's like in bad taste, but I'm like, I understand why she left, and I don't really think like they really needed her at this point.
And we really can't even act like that, because we were all excited when Ronda first came over there, and she really, we really felt like she put her like in that first match with Kurt Angle and against Stephanie and Triple H at that WrestleMania. Like we really, like she really put, like we were like, holy shit! Like I don't think she just really embraced the everything of wrestling that you usually do. Like most motherfuckers want to be booed. You feel me? Like that way you can go and be yourself. Like I don't think she really got a chance to be herself. And anytime that she tried, she would just get shitted on for it. But she didn't really understand. Like that's the fucking point. Like you want to get shitted on. Like when you're the best. Like when you're literally the best over there, or when you're considered the best. Like nobody's gonna like you, bro. Like
hold on, pull back that comment back up from Mr. All Days Off. Nah. I tried to say Shayna's 43. I didn't say she was young, bro. I just said it was a factory reset. All right.
How old is LA Knight?
LA Knight is about 40. About 40, but you know what though? LA Knight might just be a dangerous man. You feel me? That's what he said. He said he's a dangerous man. That's what he said. That's what he told to the Miz. That's what he told to Mike, the Miz Mazan, and he said, I'm a dangerous man. That's what I've been doing the last 20 years. I've been making myself a dangerous man.
They would have kicked me out the locker room like they did your bitch ass.
Oh my God.
I wish they would have. I wish they would have told me to leave the locker room. I'd be like, yo, suck my dick. First off, you feel me? You would say Undertaker.
Then I so
came out like he was like, yeah, man. So they put you out the locker room and you just took it. He called that man a bitch in front of everybody. I'm like, look, bro, I don't give a fuck if we cutting promos or not. Don't you ever bring up the lowest moment of my fucking life and try to put that on there out there like that. I'm like, bro, we gotta fight for real. Like, like fuck the promo, fuck all that. Like, bro, we gotta fight for real. But that whole like exchange that they had in the ring, it was like the top like ratings hit outside of like that hour free, like commercial free that they had. Like apparently this segment did numbers for them. Like like it was great, man. Like for the match wise, like I see everybody always say this, so like the Miz cuts really good promos, and then when you get to the matches, you're let down. I'm gonna need Miz to like show up like that one week he was on Monday Night Raw and he was hitting them like springboard moves. He was jumping on the top rope. He was doing all this shit. I just need him to bring that back.
Bro, why you need him to do that?
What do you want me to do?
LA Knight don't do that.
Somebody got to do it in his match. Somebody got to do this shit in this match.
No,
both of them been wrestling for 20 years. Who's the veteran?
Yo, who is the vet?
Yo,
that's the crazy part. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, listen. There was a vet that had a few words to say about LA Knight and people that were upset about his age and his push and the opportunities that he's getting. Let's throw it to DDP. Where you at? Right? Yeah, let me grab it. Pause. Oh, that was gross. Anyways.
Whoa! Wow!
Yo.
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that, bro. I don't really appreciate it.
Drop that track.
Right.
Crispy chicken.
I'm just playing. Where's that? I don't want to play. It don't even want to play. That's crazy.
That's
I really
try to throw it to him. You feel me? That's shady. You feel me? Go ahead.
That's fine, bro.
Yeah, listen. DDP said, like, yo, listen. Of course, he's not too old. You know what I'm saying? If anybody knows about, you know what I'm saying, getting your first win at your second win age is me. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Because like I used to be the diamond stud for Razor Ramon back when he was Razor Diamond. You know what I mean? And then I had to go and do my own thing and then build my way up and stuff. Like, listen, it don't matter when the fire gets lit. It just matters if the fire gets fucking lit, dog. Like DDP was the biggest thing in WCW. Like it was him and Sting holding it down when the NWO was running around pissing on the whole entire company. All right. So like if anybody can handle that, like just and then like he put in the work. Like just like listen, DDP put in the work, LA Knight put in the work. So if anybody can recognize the renaissance, I guess that you could say like the renaissance of like or the rebirth of a career, or just like the rejuvenation or the factory reset of a career. You know what I mean? It's LA Knight, and DDP can understand that shit. Nigga, I got yoga. Wait till that LA Knight yoga come out.
Right. Yeah.
Yo, we're gonna be up in there like the Triple H thing, like the workout. This is gonna be the background and everything. Like
yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Like, bro. But yeah, DDP, like you're absolutely right. DDP was like, man, you want to talk about some old nigga shit? We talk about old nigga shit. He's like, man, I pulled up with the limo. They didn't want me to do shit in that ring. They was like, bro, where the limo at, bro? Where the pink limo at, bro? It's like, man, I got a mean headlock. They was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the keys. Come back here. I don't want to hear about no rest hold, no nothing. Get your old ass out of here.
Come on, blood. Self high five. Self high five. Look. Self high five.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Who'd have knew, man? Who'd have knew? One day I'd be in court with Jay-Z over hand signals. Wow. Here we are. But here we are.
But LA Knight and The Miz, like I'm looking forward to more of these promos, more of these segments that they have with together, and we're just gonna have to see where we land when the match actually happens.
Yeah, and he's a Slim Jim guy now, so
yeah. And them fighting each other is just like the like it feels like that the Miz is supposed to be the evolved version, or LA Knight is the evolved version of the Miz. You know what I'm saying? Because like everything that the Miz is or represents is what LA Knight is coming into, and then the Miz just never could. Just like maybe he just didn't have that one thing, which is like the company man. Like ain't no company man in me, bitch nigga. Like it's just in you. You feel me? So
delayed.
You know what? I think that's a good way to put a stamp on it and put a period at the end of the sentence. Ain't no company man in me, bitch nigga.
I just love the delay in there. I was like,
yeah. That was good. All right, man. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, tuning in with us. You know, talking about we'll be back next week, same time, same place, same channel. You feel me? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. You feel me? If you enjoy the show, we appreciate you. Meet us beat us over there at the patreon.com/public enemies. You can follow us on all social media platforms at the enemies PE3. I go by the name, oh my God, Graham. I got that right there because I am the public enemy number one. Of course, this is the Pro Wrestling's Breakfast Club. You can follow me at oh my God, Graham. I'll be there. Shit like that. Jizzle.
Cheated. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to pick Roman, this is the last time I pick a twin. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro, you picked Roman. Like, you would have won. You would have really have won because you picked Bianca to win. And I was looking at this and I was like, CJ really won. And then I got to the end of watching and I was like, yeah.
Never mind, he picked Jay. Stupid. But I'm Fat McAfee at that's me at _dats with a D, pause, _ me with 2 E's, pause. I don't know why you get 2 E's over there for all, because D starts with dolphin. But man, follow me over there. Follow the Patreon, like he said. I just dropped a new P3 SPN episode 6 Fight Night edition. And man, follow us. And we're the best in the world. Ha.
It is what it is.
Facts. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at _SonOfMars_. Join the Facebook group, and Carmelo Hayes said nigga on NXT.
Bruh. Thought we was going to hear that.
That's crazy. Man,
he acknowledged it, so it's canon now.
Oh, he did?
No, he didn't really say that. He didn't really say that.
He just took our tweet.
No, I thought he acknowledged that. Oh, okay.
Oh, he acknowledged the joke.
Okay, cool. There we go. Well,
but
with
to
that
me,
said,
in my heart,
man.
it's canon.
So, with that said, we out. Take care of yourselves and each other. For Jizzle, for Ben, for myself.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pill at night, I gave you everything I had.
You did.
I gave you everything I had.